scrimmage.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. From the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Now it's Crowder. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Hey, wahoo! Let's go.
Darnold. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
You're outside. 55. Right there in the middle. 55. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Shift. Joker. Lady. Joker. Slam. It's that. Slam. It's that.
They'll run on first down. It's Bell. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Kill.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That's it, baby. We got 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He goes underneath the Drake. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm thinking about being able to use the backside of the backfield, because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
Down. 52. 52's the Raider 2. Wide. Get wide.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Carr. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Parker unable to get that one.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
You're outside. 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Rip right. You go tight. You got tight right there. Man, 80. He's checking crack. Check 24. Check 24.
On first down, Bell. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Mike, 53. Watch the slat. Check the backer. Whip. Man, 80. Watch the whip. Check. Lucky. Man, 80. 25. Check 25. Hey, Charlie. 53's the mic. 53. Check 53.
Bell. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Double time. Hey, we got 3 down. Yeah, 80. Check. It's that. No, it's that.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be 2nd and goal. That's what they wanted out of that first down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go, or savor it a little bit, but I run right back at them.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Twist. Young lady. Flare.
They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Peek in. Check safety. Check. Man, 80. Deuce.
Trying to pound it in with Washington. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. DeAndre Washington. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 to score as they begin 1st and 10. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On 1st down, Drake. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 44-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
93. Small.
Throwing now is Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Carr. Going deep here for Parker. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, he's hit. The ball's out.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Retains possession.
Check. Here we go, son. 33's the mic. Let's go, tight end. Let's go. Ahead, 80. Check.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Bell, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
11-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check that. We got Mike 52 right here.
Now Darnold. This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 yards there. 1st down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Undercut. Watch out. Go. Hey, Alpha.
Hackenberg going to try and sneak it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Christian Hackenberg, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
Instead of having to play follow the leader there, the leader led.
I like that. And he likes that, doesn't he? First and goal, let me do the job.
Because you know when he falls into the end zone after falling behind those big guys who pushed up front, that's a pretty good celebration, isn't it?
Gives him a little street cred in the locker room, too, doesn't it?
Street cred, and then when they go out to dinner afterwards, he's still picking up the check.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice war.
Now Drake loses the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check nickel. Hey, 80. Check hot route. Hot. Check 3. Reset.
This is Bell. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
That's it, baby.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Championship, lady. Sponge. No. Kill. Turn up. Kill. The lady. Watch twist. Reset. Check 20.
Washington gets it going right. 16 yards, a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Hey, lady. Tighten up. Reset.
Now Bell. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. And Stills bringing it in. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On first down, Drake. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Gain on the play brings up 2nd and 10 at the Jets' 12-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Okay, baby, I see you.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his third touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today is track shoes.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run with Drake. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
180. Come on. 552. Come on, the ball. No, check that. 2 right here.
They'll run on first down. It's Drake, and they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Now they'll throw with Carr. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins have come back now to regain the lead. Well, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
We
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. Yo, 80. Check. 93 is the mic.
On second and 11 now. Darnold. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
That's another Jets first down. First and 10 at the 48.
So now first and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line.
Yo, 80. Check 99. Check 99. Bang, 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 bang. Shoot. Watch the shoot. Red 80. It's a safety creep.
Running it, Washington. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Get him, get him. Red 80. 52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic.
Here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Wilkins able to get in there and drop him behind the line. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Let's get the ball. He's yellow lady. He's checking. Crash. Yellow lady. Hatchet. Hey, watch it.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Complete to Washington. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be fourth down. Chandler Catanzaro now. He hit from 59 a season ago. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they gave the 60-yarder a try, didn't make it, and now they're in a tough position defensively. This offense has it in midfield. On first down, Drake, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
6-18.
From the gun now on third down, Carr. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 13 at the 14-yard line.
Side. 55, Mike 55. No, 80. That's the way. Check 50.
Hey, exit.
Check 55 to Mike. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. 55 is my guy. 55.
Throwing again on second down. Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. A gain there of 21 yards.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, check 24. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Quick dad.
Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
We're going to sign. Hey, lady. You ain't got nothing. Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot. Check, 93 is the mic, 93 is the mic. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Darnold from the gun. His throw incomplete. Coverage that time by Bobby McCain.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, seam 6, seam 6. You don't want it. Slam, slam, slam. Lady. Tight go. Save.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. 12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Like how they started the 3rd quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room.
Down. 50 seconds. Come on. Watch it slap. Watch it slap. Watch it slap.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Going deep here for Stills. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Come on, let's go. Check. Crunch. Crunch. Crunch.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Lady, second turn, defense, let's go.
Now it's Darnold. Throwing left side, it's complete. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Darnold now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, dude.
Darnold now to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
We want it. Come, hey, orbit. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Back to throw, Darnold. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Only 2 yards on the completion at 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Hey, Haywood. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Here we go, here we go. Check, 93's the mic.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Kyle Van Noy racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Ryan Quigley now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Returnable for Grant. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Offensively, with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They stay on the ground with Drake. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. shotgun now for Carr. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Henry Anderson drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
He's coming, double up.
On second down now, it's Montgomery. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
That one goes for 24 yards. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Check 55 to Mike. Red 80. Quick.
Hey, high 7.
3. Check that.
To throw is Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Alert 3.
Darnold. And an alley to run. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Hey, wahoo!
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And it's caught by Herndon. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Herndon hauls it in for the Jet touchdown. Chris Herndon, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you'd think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 35-yard line.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Running from the shotgun with Dre. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, Echo.
52 by 52. You better be afraid of me. You better.
Carr going to look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, you know, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
After the interception, here's Darnold. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down.
Mark 55, Mark 55. Let's go, D.
Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Watch the run, watch the run. No, check that. We got Mike 52.
Darnold now to throw. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, Alpha.
Pick me up. Here we go. Slap. Man, 80. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Darnold. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down.
Just like that.
Go.
52's the mic. Let's go, baby. They turn up. Get that ball. Get that ball. Where's 52?
Now Darnold. And he's going to go down again. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.